Welcome, everyone. So glad to see you. Welcome to the Premier Spotlight Show via WSA Speaker Success TV, showcasing the expertise, best practices, and brilliant strategies of our Premier members. Now, if you are a Premier member, that means you could be in the seat, y'all, probably for next year, though, because, next month is the last month of the year. But if you're not a Premier member and you're on here, what are you doing? You need to join WSA. You need to upgrade if you want to take it to the next level in your business. Play with the movers and the shakers. You want to do this. So again, go to joinwsa.com. Now, I'm going to tell you about myself in a minute, but first let me tell you who we are in case you are a guest, because we posted this all over social media. This is Women Speakers Association, the go-to place for innovative leaders, change agents, and women with a message to connect, collaborate, and grow their visibility worldwide in order to fulfill their mission. A world in which women take ownership of and step into being the leaders that they are, using their voice to powerfully inspire others, thus causing transformation in the lives of their clients, their companies, communities, and the world. We're a big deal. My name is Marquessa Patway, your host, business reinvention expert out of New York City, Speaker Magazine columnist. I help entrepreneurs create six-figure systems and high-end programs. And if you want to find me, my handle is Speaker Talk. Or you can go to my site, gottaspeaknow.com. Now, today, our Premier Spotlight guest, and I'm super excited. I'm always thinking hard about who do I want to put in this seat, because it's such an important privilege, and we really want the best and the brightest in the seat. And today is no exception. Her name is Precious L. Williams. and Precious, I got so excited. I even put your bio here, so I've got to move things around. So I'm going to let you kind of tell us a little about yourself. But I know her very well. I actually met her. This is what I'm talking about. The WSA community is no joke. I met her in WSA. She's a curvy girl like myself. She did an event. Lives out here in New York like I do. And I went to the event and it was awesome. She's an attorney, a serial entrepreneur, a magazine cover model. She's on a reality show. She just finished an episode of Shark Tank. She's a freaking superstar, but what are some tight things you want the audience to know about you outside of the big moves, Precious, since I forgot to put the bio right there? You got it. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
I definitely want, yes, I can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I definitely want people to know that I didn't wake up like this. And like I didn't wake up like this. This is a 5-year journey for me starting I've been a professional speaker since I was 16 years old, but me being an entrepreneur, really taking it seriously, happened 5 years ago when I was hungry and homeless and just got evicted from my apartment. So if any of you guys are in the struggle, just know I did not wake up like this. I didn't wake up for Shark Tank. I didn't all of this stuff happened because I kept putting myself out there. I'm a hood girl from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm the first person and only person in my family to have gone to college. I have a law degree. And I'm sitting up here at Rutgers Business School because I'm about to be selected as a member of their board. So think about that. This wouldn't have happened had I given up years ago. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what I tell you today, if you are in the struggle, keep going. It took me 5 years to be an overnight success. Five. Just came back from Milan, Italy, the fashion capital of the world, showcasing my lingerie and my speaking abilities and speaking with movers and shakers. 5 years. 5. So I just want to put that out there. Don't give up. Keep going.
I love that. I love that. Now, I want to kind of start with your secret sauce. Because I truly believe that in order to make an impact anywhere, you've got to know what that secret sauce is and master getting it out to the world. And your secret sauce is pitching. You know how to pitch a business like nobody. We just figured out today that Precious and I met at an event in 2013 in upstate New York or Westchester, New York area, where I was the speaker and the MC and the pitch contest person. And she won the contest, and the other speaker was Damon John. And we just put 2 and 2 together. And so you got to understand, let me get these numbers right. Precious has won 13 pitch competitions. 13, which has earned her over $150,000 in prize money and connection to big contacts. And I asked her to do a little sample. I think she's going to do 23 seconds of what kind of pitch she does. So I think this is good. This is not a pitch type of thing, but this is good to know because this is her secret sauce. So share it with us, Precious.
You want me to share a pitch, or do you want me to share? Is that what you want me to share?
Yeah, share your pitch. But before you do,
ladies,
tell us kind of how you got there. What made you decide, I like to pitch people? How did you know that was
let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100 for these people. Let me just let you guys know. The reason why I started pitching is because I got evicted from my apartment. I had no money to my name, and I wanted to start my lingerie company. And because I had no money, and because I had no place to stay, I had to get really creative. Yes, I am an attorney, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I went to the New York Public Library at 34th and Madison, and I met an entrepreneur who said she wanted $50,000 for pitching. And I'm looking at her. I said, "Tell me your pitch." And she told me. And I was like, okay, that one? I should be able to beat her. So I kept her in my mind, and I wrote my business plan in 2.5 months, eat ramen noodles every day, meal of champions, and entered myself into my first pitch competition. And in 10 minutes, I won $5,000. And they kept telling me, keep going. And I won the perfect pitch competition where one of the judges was from Black Enterprise. And the Black Enterprise judge told me, Precious, you can win Black Enterprise. That's how good you are. You can win any competition you've ever been in. You can do it. And I was like, really? And they were like, keep going. Because the more you win, the more press you get, the more opportunities come your way, the more you get in the room with people who have never seen a phenomenon like you. So I kept winning. I won Black Enterprise in 2013. I won millions of votes, American Idol style, to be the champion. And as I told Marquesa, I said, Magic Johnson told me live on stage, watching you is like watching a master at their craft. And of course, I wanted to sink into the ground and cry. Of course, I cried. And when you have Robert, oh God, what is his name? Robert. Oh God, I can't think of his name right now, but his name is Robert something. But he was the family, whatever. So anyway, he was in my ear. MC Light was in my ear. The Wayans brothers, Magic Johnson, all of these great Black entrepreneurs were in my face telling me I was that great. And I'm thinking, if you only knew I started with no money, evicted from my apartment, and I had nothing, no friends, nobody was there to help. So again, here we are. So I'm gonna give you see if I can remember my 23-second pitch. Ladies, what's a big girl to do when she can't find stylish lingerie in her size? Well, that's why I created Curvy Girls Lingerie. At Curvy Girls Lingerie, we're the ultimate plus size shopping experience for full fig divas and plus size fashionistas like me. Let me be clear. We represent the hashtag Curvy Girls Nation, and we all love red hot, sexy, and fresh lingerie. My name is Precious Williams. Name of my company is Curvy Girls Lingerie. Thank you. So that's a short. That's short. You need to see me do a minute. You need to see me do 30 minutes. I can go in. I can go in.
They're applauding here. They're like, yes. What I saw come across was confidence, and if you're not a curvy girl, you just want to be one when you hear her talk. So this is fabulous. I love that.
Well, you know what? And hopefully we'll get to talk about Shark Tank. But
yes, we will. So then let's go from there. Let's go from there, because guys, she just did an episode of Shark Tank on October 30th, or just filmed the episode. Take us there. How did Shark Tank happen?
You know what? I got selected for Shark Tank last year, and I was very sick, so I couldn't take the opportunity. But I got selected because I had already written pitches, winning pitches that had gotten investments from people. So, if I say I'm the pitch master, why have I never been on? So when they came for me, I had a private audition in Washington, D.C. There was only 8 people. I pitched, and they were like, whoa, you're better than the people you've coached. And I was like, wow, that says a lot. So this year they came around again and they're like, Precious, come in. We want you to come over to NYIT and just do something just really, really quick, you know? And I went over there. Girl, I had on a low cut, a hot pink dress, form fitting, pearls, out of control. Girl, I was out of control. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Sometimes it really pays to be different. I don't know. I've never been blonde before, but anyway, it pays to be different. It pays to stand out. When I walked into that room, I wasn't the Precious from last year. I was Precious 2.0. So I was like, it's time to give it to y'all raw. So when I walked in that room and I pitched, they were like, oh, that's Precious Williams. That's Precious Williams. That's Precious Williams. Okay, can you get your application in now, please? Can you get the application in, please? And so it was a 3-month process, just going back and forth, you know, just making sure the pitch was right. Am I ready? And everything. And then I flew out on September 11th and I pitched on September 15th. And although I can't tell you what happened, I can tell you this. When you see my episode, I promise you, you guys are going to smile like she really is that good. And I was so good. They looked at me. What? They kept saying,
you went into the Shark Tank. That ain't no joke. Mr. Wonderful alone can scare you.
I wasn't afraid.
It was a mindset.
Afraid because if you prepared yourself for that moment, and I always tell people, always have your elevator pitch ready. I don't care. And I want it to sound conversational, not just like, oh, my name's Precious Williams. It's not that, but a conversation, and to get them interested and to be piqued and to be excited and to be titillated by what it is that you say. So when I walked in that room, and trust me when I tell you guys, I was wearing a low cut, bright canary yellow, form-fitting dress that left nothing to the imagination. And I came in with some big girls in sexy lingerie. You've never seen anything. When I tell you drama is what it's about, drama, energy, and intensity.
Drama, energy, and intensity. Write that down, guys. Because then you were different. You weren't regular, so they were intrigued.
I was different, and they knew that from the moment I walked. When I walked through that door, y'all gonna see something. When before I open my mouth, because you can, you know, even Mark Cuban said, go girl. And I'm looking at him like,
see,
is this really happening? You know, it was wonderful. Wonderful.
Now, Precious, let's connect the dots. Now, we've talked about how you create, you know, it's important to have that secret sauce. It's different for all of us. Then you're over here on Shark Tank. So let's kind of bridge that gap. Tell us, how did you go from pitching to connecting with superstars? But what was the conversation that got them to say, yes, let's take you to Milan, or yes, let's put you on this reality show? How did it turn into an opportunity?
You know what? I'm aware of opportunities, whether they're big or small, and I really start off with small opportunities first. One thing is I'm consistently speaking, like, and I'm always out there on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But not only that, if I say I'm the best in the world should be able to win each and every time. And so, because I picked my niche early, like, I'm not just a motivational speaker. I'm not just a life. There are a lot of people who do that. And in order to get to the top of the food chain, you have to know what your niche is. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm the killer pitch master, hashtag killer pitch master, I slay all competitions. Slay. Do you hear me? Slay all, hashtag slay all day. Hashtag slay 365. Hashtag slay 24/7. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. So when you pick your niche and you know you can dominate, that's what set me apart. And when you talk about connecting the dots, when people meet me, for example, I spoke at Cheryl Wood's Playtime is Over conference years ago, like 2 years ago, and 2 or 3 years ago. And her host was Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant. I'm so nervous, right? I'm nervous because I know she's the right hand of Les Brown. I was so nervous. Mm-hmm. So I got on that stage and I said, I got to speak so well. I'm going to give y'all a little tip. Why I'm going to give you a little tip that I want you all to take when I get finished with this story. When I got on that stage, I said to myself, I've got to impress her so much. I'm going to meet Les Brown and I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it. So when I got off the stage, women were going crazy. Oh my God, it's great, Precious Williams. She took me to the side. She said, Precious, she said, who taught you how to speak? And I said, no one. I've just been doing this since I was 16 years old. She said, did you ever take a training course? I said, no, I haven't. She said, there's something special about you. She said, I'm going to personally introduce you to Les Brown. So I thought, okay, people say that if they're big time. Weeks later, I was laying in my bed, you know. She calls me up. She said, Precious, come meet me at this hotel.
I know her well. Yep.
Meet her at a hotel. Okay. She said, you want to eat? Oh, yeah. So I got there. When that door opened, it was Les Brown. He said, welcome, Killer Pitch Master.
Les is awesome.
That is why you must be excellent all the time. But let me just say this. I want you guys to take this critical tip. If you go to a conference, if you go to a networking event, I suggest you get there early. Not just because you want to get the lay of the land, but the heavy hitters are there early. That way you get your pictures early, you get your talk going, you get your pitch in, you try to develop, just some rapport so that when they're on that stage and they're looking out, they can see you, you've already developed something. Just because I knew who was going to be in the room at the Playtime is Over conference, that's when it became clear. I was there. It was supposed to start at like 9. I was in the room where they were putting things together at 6 a.m. because I said, I know they're going to be there. And because I knew they were going to be there, I was there. I was talking to Dr. Stacey NC Brown, talking to all these heavy hitters, Dr. Willie Jolly. I took advantage of every opportunity. When I tell you Dr. Willie Jolly, because I was in his face in that early in the morning, he came up and he was like, I want you on my show. Let's collaborate together. He and his wife kept in contact with me.
Jolly, yeah.
How it is that networking, but being early, not on that, being on time, being early, seeing if you can help out, and then take your opportunity to pitch yourself or to present something fascinating about yourself. Really getting good with them and listen to what they're telling you, because they're going to tell you something that they're not going to say on stage.
That is so true. This is so good. She's naming my friends. Les, Willie D, all of these. Cheryl Wood, Stacy, this is great. So it helps to be in the circle and work the circle. Now, there is a question that came from Debbie. She says, I love drama, intensity, and energy, but what if your personality is not that? Should you be who you are or not? Let me just clarify. I'm dramatic. I'm energetic, and I'm very intense. But what I teach my clients is that authenticity rules. If that's not your personality, then work on your personality. Like I don't want you to be me. I don't want any clones of Precious Williams. I want you to be the best at what it is that you do. You know what I mean? And there's always drama in just being you. You can be funny. You can be dry with. All of those things matter. The only thing I'm telling you is when I say be yourself, I mean truly be comfortable in the skin you're in, because you know what? They came to see you. Whether they know it or not, they came to see someone who's different. I am not Cheryl Wood. I'm not Les Brown. I'm not Dr. Stacey NC Grant. You will know that by talking to me. I'm none of those people. And I respect those people, but they still call on me when they need, need someone to come in and give my type of drama, my type of energy, my type of intensity. You can be yourself and win at this game. Do you know when I started, people kept saying to me, your accent is too thick. And you know what I told them? Baby, it's my secret weapon. You'll never see me coming. You'll never see me coming. Ever. So be yourself, but be the best version of yourself, because you are always in the spotlight. And when you're in the spotlight, people are attracted to people who are themselves. If you notice, reality shows are big now because people are who they are. They're not trying to, listen, I'm not Kim Kardashian or anything like that, but I'm about to be on a reality show. Talk about that. You're doing my backyard. Some of you guys know that I write for reality TV, more specifically the Real Housewives. So tell us. Yeah, hey, don't judge. But tell me. I ain't judging. I just naturally say that because some folks hate the Real Housewives. We'd like to know, how did that opportunity come about? How did you set it up where you're going to be on Bravo, and you will be on a reality show starting in December?
Actually, this goes back to what I said. When you've developed what your niche is and you've gotten really good at it, people come to you. Because I remember I was on the train and I got a phone call, and this woman said she wanted me to do a party, and I was like, oh, okay. When I got on the phone with this woman, she said, so here's the thing, we have a well-known network that would love for Curvy Girls to do a Curvy Girls party, like live, and we would like for you guys to come through and do this and that. I'm thinking, wait a minute, So she lured me in with just a party, just to tell me, oh, we have this. And as the conversation kept going on and on, week by week, it was like, okay, well, it's for this network, and this is what you're going to do. And I was like, I had to sign non-disclosure agreements. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is real. I mean, I literally did Shark Tank, and then I just did commercials and a film in Milan, Italy. And now I'm coming back to do this. How does a little black girl from St. Louis, Missouri that nobody ever wanted, how did this happen? How? So literally, I'm telling you, just by being myself. Just by being myself and just saying, I was saying, you know how Black Lives Matter, we hear that? I used to say curvy women matter. Curvy girls matter. Why? Because they're used to being ignored and mistreated and disrespected and dissed. So what I want to say to everyone, listen, I'm a chubby girl wonder. I'm the chubby girl wonder. That's my superpower, chubby girl wonder. And I'm out here in the streets to prove to everyone that you don't have to look like anybody else. You don't have to talk like anybody else. You don't have to measure up to what their standards are. You can set your own reality. And this is what happened when I set my own reality. I'm more than an attorney. I'm more than just what you think I am. I'm so much bigger than that. And see, I love you too, Gail.
Gail Watson is here. See, I love the advice you gave Debbie earlier, which was be authentic to who you are. And clearly you've done that by creating the Curvy Girls Nation. I mean, that's what attracted me. And I mean, our Facebook group is huge. We got almost 11,000 members in there. And I think you posted something in one of the threads that Tracy so beautifully facilitates. And you mentioned you were going to have a Curvy Girl event here in the city. And I said, you know what? At karaoke, you got me so with karaoke, right? So I went and paid for it and showed up. And then you knew who I was when I got there, which was awesome. You were like, oh my gosh, it was so great. And
I was so shocked. I was like, celebrity in the building. Oh, celebrity in the building.
But I just remember that moment. But I love how you've owned, yeah, I'm a curvy girl. Matter of fact, I'm going to create a Curvy Girl Nation. So was that do you think that played a big role in your popularity or your brand really sticking and the heavy hitters reaching out to you?
I definitely do, but this is before even Curvy Girls Nation. I used to date a Hollywood actor way back in the day, 6 years ago. He's now deceased, very famous man. And he liked me at 327 pounds. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm not 327, I'm about 245 now.
You go,
but anyway. So he always wanted me to feel good in my skin. And I couldn't feel good at a size 28, and I hope I don't even get emotional, but I remember when I started Curvy Girls Lingerie, how everybody kept saying, nobody cares what fat girls wear. Nobody cares what they have under their clothes. Nobody cares. And I was like, do you see who I'm dating? Do you see this gorgeous specimen of a man? I was like, even if you never see us in pictures together, no, I got that. Trust. I know that man. You know what I mean? And so he used to just tell me, own it, own that weight, girl, own it. Every part of you is beautiful. Every part of you is sexy, and you need to get out there and you need to prove to these other girls, listen, it ain't about the Spanx. It is not about the tightness. It's about really owning this. What's that? Love the skin you're in. Truly do that. And once I started to embrace that, that's why I'm so vocal about being 245 pounds. People are like, why do you say that? I was like, because I want you to know I'm not afraid of my age. I'm 37. I'm not afraid of my weight. I'm 245. I'm not afraid to be a Black woman. I'm not even afraid to have blonde ambition right now. I'm not even afraid.
I love it. I love the boldness and just owning who you are. Now, here, I got something in front of me just happened to arrive in the mail by our good friend Ramon Ray. Yes, it's called the Smart Hustle magazine. And then guess who I see on the cover? Precious Williams. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So I turn in there and boom, you got a whole spread. How did this come about? And most importantly, how did you leverage it?
Oh my goodness. So Ramon, I want to say, I had been reaching out to Ramon for a while. And then when I showed him the trailer for the movie that I was in, he became interested. And I was like, listen, that's what you got to do sometimes. Sometimes you got to come and show people that, okay, you can sleep on me for a little while, but now that I'm going to be in a movie, I hope this brings my cool points up. See. And so he was like, oh, well, why don't we, let's do a little spread on you. So when he said little, I was happy with that. I would have been happy with a little corner, somewhere like a little corner.
Uh-huh.
When he told me, we're going to have a photographer photograph you, you're going to be cute, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I was like, really? And so it was amazing, but it just came out and I hadn't even gotten a copy. So I was like, and people were like blowing me up, oh, Precious on Smart Hustle, oh, Precious on Smart Hustle. And I think that that's what also led to a lot of these opportunities because Ramon Ray is known.
Yes, he is.
Ramon Ray is known.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to show me love, and I looked at that spread like, that's not the little corner. Although I wasn't happy with a little corner.
See?
I was happy with a little corner. But the beautiful thing is, to be on the cover of a magazine is like, that's like the dream. That's like my Beyonce dream. And it came
your Beyonce moment.
My Beyonce moment. Yes.
And see, one thing too is it's great to have these moments. Many of us experience these moments, but you gotta make the moments last, and you've got to figure out, how can I work this into my business? How can this lead to more speed?
Well, you know what?
All that.
Well, it definitely is, but also at the same time, remember, I've been gone. So if I've been in Milan, Italy, that's been a while. I've been in Milan, I've been in LA, I've been in everything like that. So things are popping in New York, but it's like, listen, I'm still in Milan.
You are in demand right now because you just got back from Milan today. Tell us how that opportunity or that big.
Oh my goodness! So I'm in this movie called Leap, and it's about. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say anything. You were in this movie about. It's called Leap.
I'm sorry.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hopefully, we're not losing. Okay, good.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So tell us how did this whole Milan thing come along?
Okay, so once I told the executive producers of the film that I was in that I, was going to film Shark Tank, they flew out to LA to take me right before I went on Shark Tank just to get my thing, because it's going to be a part of the movie. And I am like the person who's stuck in business, and I didn't know how to move to the next level. And so then I went through my ups and downs. And then the next thing you know, I walked out of the hospital March 15th of this year. And to think on September 15th, I was filming for Shark Tank. So then they were like, you know what? We have connections all over the world. Would you like to go to Milan, Italy, and meet with this fabulous coach who's going to introduce you to the heavy hitters in Italy? Would you like that? And I was thinking, Chocolate Girl Wonder, Chubby Girl Wonder, I'm down with the click. And so they flew me out there, and I had this wonderful meal with photographers and journalists and plus size models and all these big time people. And I was shook. I mean, if you could have seen, you could have felt inside my body. Usually I look so calm, but internally I was like, they speak Italian. They eat really well. Oh my goodness. They're looking at the little black girl in the room. And you know what? To them, color didn't mean anything. The cutest little thing they had seen, like, oh my goodness, she's such a cutie. Oh my goodness, she's so well spoken. And oh my goodness, I was like, she speaks so well. And then we filmed the movie. Then we did some commercials, and then it was just getting curvy girls out there. So that was the purpose of it. And so that's gonna turn into some check.
We like that. We like checks.
Queen.
Wonderful. Guys, if you have questions, please put them in the Q&A section. I hope you're getting something out of this. This is I love it. I knew Precious. I'm like, wait a minute, magazine, TV's movie, reality show. We have got to talk to this Premier member. And speaking of Premier members, this is why if you are an associate member or you've never heard of WSA, you need to join the Premier group. This is where your buddies, your friends, and become folks like Precious. Okay, we talk, we share different strategies, we hook each other up, we give each other deals. It's fabulous. So if you are not a Premier member, something's going on. Go to joinwsa.com. Tracy, maybe you can put this in the chat room here. Chat room is so weird. Sometimes it wants to work. There we go. Thank you. Gail put it there and Tracy put it there. Click there. Now, you never know. We're going into 2017. Gail may look up and go, all right, we're going to take it up from $99. So while it's $99 and $10 a month, get in there. Get in there. That's a deal. and this is your club. So I love this. This is so good, Precious. So I'm seeing if we have any other questions right here, because you just slam through all of these questions. What's that? I would love to know this. What is that big picture for you? Is there a long-term goal that Precious Williams, that you go to bed dreaming about, that you're saying, I'm going to be right there? And if so, what is that?
My dream is to be a nationally syndicated talk show host on the level of like Oprah and Wendy Williams and all those amazing people. But I'm going to do that by the time I'm 40, and I'm about to turn 38 next year.
Okay.
My first guest will be Oprah. That's my ultimate dream. And when I say nationally syndicated, I mean we're going to be, she did 25 years. I would love to say the same. And to girls and the Curvy Girl community, what's uniting us, what's pulling us apart. But at the end of the day, I want to do a show that focuses so much on what's happening for Curvy Girls.
I love it.
And I also want to create reality shows and tell them left and right.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I love your passion for Curvy Girls, because I love that you call it Curvy Girls, because even women that aren't plus size can be in there. I love that, and you make Curvy Girls feel so good. And as a Curvy Girl, I thank you for that. Now, we have all speakers at all different levels that are part of our membership. We have speakers that just use speaking as a marketing strategy. Now, you are the pitch. That's your secret sauce, is pitching and getting up there and pitching. Now, why don't you school us a little bit on when we're in networking situations and we see whether it's a mover or shaker or just somebody we want to get to know, what's something wrong that maybe we're doing when we're giving our elevator pitches, and what is something we should do in order to to say something not too much, enough where now we can follow up and make that connection worth it.
I think that the most important thing that people really forget is it's a dialogue. It's a conversation. This is not the time. Hi, my name is Precious Williams. I'm the #killer pitch master. I slay all competition. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Oh my God, I'm a 13-time champion. What? Who the hell asked me that? Nobody. It's important to talk about the other person first, really get to understand where they're coming from, and then when they ask you about you, to tell a story in a very short period of time, right? Mm-hmm. So I could talk about the actor, I could talk about the origin of Curvy Girls, or I could talk about being a poor girl from St. Louis, Missouri, who just came back from Milan. How did I do it with the perfect pitch? How was I able to get these opportunities with the perfect pitch? Are you struggling with what to say to investors and to your client, to your potential clients and customers? Are you, or do you verbally vomit all the time and you feel like you're losing sales because no one can understand you, or you're giving way too much and they didn't ask for that much? You know what I mean? Tell a story and really make sure you're very clear on what you offer.
In other words, address the pain. Address the pain. Looks like it. Okay.
I am not there. When I'm at networking events, I'm not there to sell. Honestly, I'm not. I'm there to develop relationships that will eventually turn into something. But if you're going into this like, oh, I need to sell tonight, good luck. Good luck with that. I don't see that working for anybody other than Tony Robbins at the top of the room. Yeah. And you walk in knowing you're about to be sold to. But at networking events, you really want to develop a relationship. And also, I don't need to speak to everybody in the room. And sometimes people think if you speak to the most important people, you've done something. If you haven't spoken to the second in command, if you haven't talked to 5 people that you're very interested in talking to, you've wasted your time. You must have a game plan when you go into networking events. And it's all about being strategic. If you know who's going to be in the room, then you know who you're going to be talking to that night. And you don't have to speak to everybody. You don't have to waste your time and give it out all your business cards and being like, wow. No, be very strategic, but also what are the key points you want to leave each one of those 5 people with? So that if you go out for coffee later, if you have a Zoom session or something like that where you're getting to know each other, really know what those clear bullet points are, and then understand what they need to. And if you can help, make it happen. Give, get.
I love that. Give, get.
I learned that from Angela Gia Kim from Save It a Success.
Oh, good, good. And also, too, something I heard Roxanne Emmerich, who's a seven-figure and above speaker, and one of the things she said is always think about how can I move the needle? You know, how can I move the needle and make their life easier and better? And then don't go there to sell, but really go there to network. So then, you know, it takes us to, and this is scary, I think, for a number of entrepreneurs out there. They meet someone, they get so excited. The person says, oh my goodness, I can't wait to talk to you. Let's follow up. So then you send an email, you call them, nothing. And I'm sure that's happened to all of us. And you're like, man,
Everybody.
you get all mad and upset. So what do you do, especially when it's someone, you know, maybe of influence that, you know, kind of got you all excited about something, but they don't follow up, they don't return your calls. What would be your advice when it comes to that?
See, I'm persistent, and it's not about they either buy or die. That's not necessarily my thing. But what I learned is, especially with this one particular woman who's really big in Hollywood. Do you know I pitched to her 5 years ago, and it's only now that she's taking me serious. Only now. Did I give up? No. Did I back off a little? Yeah, I did. I said, you know what? Let me develop myself in other facets to make myself even more attractive. Because when you just starting out, what do you really have to offer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're not paying me any attention. No problem. Let me go over here and network and build my credibility up. And now I'm being taken seriously. And I'm so thankful that I didn't give up. When it comes to these big time people, just know that everybody's pulling on them. Everybody. So you got to be a little different. You've got to raise your profile, your status, because it matters to them. It matters. I don't care what anybody tells you. It matters. If you are coming out the box with something dynamic and there's a buzz behind you, that's something that's attractive. But if you're coming out the box with nothing and there's nothing to differentiate you, you're just a run of the mill. And I hate to say this about speakers, but there are a lot of people who can be run of the mill. They listen to somebody and take their words and try to dress them up as their own. Baby, no, I'm the killer pitch master. Nobody can do it better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. You don't hear anybody else talking about myself. Yeah, I'm a pitch master too. You don't hear anybody say that. No, I'm not a Me Too person.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not be run of the mill, and let's not go to all of these events and just take words from other people and just dress it up as their own. No, you have to develop your own niche, your own ability. Take and synthesize information, but make sure that there's you in there and that you are the difference. What you bring to the table is different. How you walk in this journey. Listen, before Shark Tank, I still thought I was somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was somebody. But watch what's going to happen when Shark Tank happens. Then I'm going to really be somebody.
You got to be like on pins and needles going, when is this going to air?
Yeah, and I'm excited all the time, and I respect it, but at the same time, it's like, listen, it doesn't, listen, I know it's going to air. I'm not worried. And so at the end of the day, what I'm very assured of is I was somebody before this. I will be somebody after this.
Mm-hmm.
And I earned, what did that song? Earn it. I owned it and I earned it.
You know what? This is so good. And what I'm taking away from you, and hopefully all of our audience is taking away from this, you can't put your self-esteem or your self-worth on how people see you or perceive you. There are going to be some people that will see how awesome you are and the value you bring right away. And there will be others that will say, you got to prove yourself. Don't walk away with your head in the sand and feeling like I'm never going to be anything, but take that as a challenge and use that as fuel to say, all right, let me go work it up a little bit and then let me get back in touch with that person. So I love that. I love how you're just really, because as entrepreneurs, I mean, a lot of us are used to, we got this gig, we didn't get that one, we got this connection, which led to this. Maybe I was a person that was going to be on this show, but they chose somebody else. So rejection is a part of the process. But what I love that I'm hearing from you, Precious, is learning how not to take that rejection and let it kill your star or dim your shine, but instead use that rejection to fuel you and to make you even more persistent and focused on making it to wherever you're trying to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. My self-esteem isn't tied into how everybody sees me. I'm really focused on how I see myself. And I think that radiates in everything that I do.
I love it. This is fabulous. Guys, any
Anybody got any
questions?
questions?
I know. This is, and I'm trying to see, and guys, put your questions in the Q&A folder so that it does not get lost or missed in the chat room. I love this. Tracy said, develop your own niche, be different, stand out. And that is something you've done very well, because you're finding what you're not in that sea of sameness. That is a huge problem with experts. So if you put yourself out there and you're saying, well, I'm great at presentation skills, or I'm great at customer service, or I'm great at leadership, you're in the sea of sameness. But instead, what can I do with leadership that's different from what everybody else is doing? So you've done this very well, Precious. You've been able to say, all right, I got something good. Let me use that. Let me leverage that. And that has really turned into not only your secret sauce, but has launched you into so many big opportunities. So that's a big part of it too.
Yes, right? Most definitely. Definitely.
I love this stuff. This is so good. Now, with something else I was going to say, I want to remember what it was. So I went down the list. Shark Tank, filmed the movie and commercials in Milan, won 13 elevator, because I know some of you guys came on later, 13 elevator pitch competitions, Black Enterprise, even Magic Johnson complimented her. Been a professional speaker since she was 16, guys, now 37, filming a reality TV show for Bravo, which will air December the 12th. Serial entrepreneur, does it all, won over $150K in prize money, $1 million connections, and you don't have a problem telling people I was broke. I was evicted, so I've struggled, but you know, I still am so focused on getting where I'm trying to go. You don't let anything, money.
Oh, I know what I want to tell you.
What?
You remember? Okay, so you know how Damon John talks about the power of broke, right? And if you live the power of broke, you know exactly what it is. Okay, so let me tell you this story. So back in the day, 5, 6 years ago, again, I had no money. You would think, oh, because I was an attorney. No. I had no money. I got evicted from my apartment. And I really wanted to go to the Small Business Awards ceremony. But it was $300 for the ticket. Now, do you think I had $300 to my name? I had gotten a credit card specifically to buy this ticket, right? Specifically. And I knew, because God had told me, right? He told me, you're going to be on TV in 4 months, within 4 months. And I told my friends, I'll be on TV in 4 months. And they're looking at me like, Precious, you don't have a real business. How you going to get on television? Little black girl, how you going to do it? And I just knew. I was like, if he told me, it's going down. So I knew CNBC was going to be in the room and MSNBC was going to be in the room. No problem. So I'm 327 pounds. I'm wearing a Calvin Klein, olive green, pretty dress, some gray boots. Thought I was kicking it live. I walked into the room knowing I had no business cards, no signage, no advertising. I had nothing. I just had curvy girls in my mind. I saw the producers from both shows. I went to the bathroom, to the restroom, and I had a come to Jesus moment. I said, God, you told me I'm going to be on TV in 4 months. We down to 2. He says to me, Precious, you can't be on CNBC because you haven't stolen anything. So you can't be on American Greed. I was like, exactly. So I said, okay, MSNBC it is. Thank you. I walked up to the producers at MSNBC. Yeah, I know I was broke. I walked up, tried to walk up there like Beyonce. I was trying to saunter down that. What? I walked up to them and they were talking about yoga. I told you I was 327 pounds. And they're talking about yoga. But what they didn't know is my best friend was a yogi. So they're talking and, they're running their mouths and I'm in there. I'm deep into the conversation. And finally they say to me, well, who are you? And I was like, I'm so glad you asked. My name is Precious Williams, and I'm the founder and CEO of Curvy Girls Lingerie. We're the ultimate plus-size shopping experience. I went, blah, 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 whatever. And they looked at me like, they went, what? They said, full-figure divas are real? I was like, yeah. It's a plus size. They was like, that just rhymes. That's nice. They're like, have you ever thought about being on a show, Elevator Pitch? Now, you know, because I'm the master of masking emotions. I was like, yes, of course. They were like, you'd be so good for that. We're going to bring over the show, the host of the show, JJ Ramberg.
I know JJ, yeah.
As she was walking towards me, and I really wanted to tinkle on myself, like, am I really about to talk myself into national television?
Mm-hmm.
She got called because she was being presented with an award. So they brought me over her booking producer, who tall, elegant Black woman. I mean, just stunting on me. You know, she walks up, she gives me that look, like, sister, you better give it to me right now. You better blow my mind. She says, oh, I've heard of you, Precious Williams. And I'm thinking, she heard about me, because don't nobody in this room know me. But all right, we're going to play this game. So she says, give me your elevator pitch. I wasn't prepared, but I was prepared for this moment. I just went in. She says, you can be on elevator pitch. And I was like, what? She said, can I have your business card? I was like, I've been here all night. I ran out. She's like, oh, here's my business card. She's like, I can't wait to talk to you. When I tell you I floated home because I had to ask for somebody to, get me on the subway because I had no money.
Uh-huh.
I was emailing her, and I emailed her. She had me on there February. I taped February 9th, 2012, and it aired February 12th. And when I tell you that changed my life, so when I tell you, I don't care who you are, I don't care how much you think you don't have, when you don't even have enough money to get to the place and back, that's how you know you don't have any money. But you talk to yourself in the national television. She says to me, she's like, where's your website? I said, me and the web designer, we're still going back and forth on, changing things up. We didn't have a website. We have one. She's like, oh, okay. So right before we had to be on TV, that's when the website was debuting. And I was like, so when I tell you the honest to God truth, when I say I'm the hashtag killer pitch master, I really mean that. Mm-hmm. I really mean it. Mm. I want to tell you that story. That's when you know you don't have any money. That's still no excuse for getting out there.
I love that, because everyone, this means, and I'm glad that Precious shared this with us. I don't care if you're down to zero money. There's always a will. If you're focused, you can make it happen. Look at what she did. There's a question here from Bernadette Spencer. And Bernadette asked, Precious, on your climb, have you had to deal with friends differently, or let some go because they don't understand or feel some kind of way about what you have accomplished?
So I'm dealing with a situation right now, to be quite honest with you. As you go up this, and I don't know, why did I say that's so not in my vocabulary. What? Vernacular, right? Nope. Okay, so I'm dealing with that right now. I've had people that have who think that I think I'm so much bigger and better. And it's like, I really don't. It's like the lead singer syndrome. Just because you're the lead does not mean that you walk around thinking you're the lead in everything. Just because people approach me differently as they would approach someone else, you're constantly on this battle. Well, such and such said that, you did it up. I didn't say that. And I can't be responsible for how other people feel about how we get along. I can't be responsible for that. I can only be responsible for what I do. As long as me and you are cool, that's all I need to know. Have I had to let some people go? Yes. Have some people had to let me go? Yes, because we're not at the same level as we once were. I can't listen to sob stories all day long. I can't. Not because I think I'm above it, but just because I can't. Misery loves company, and that's the company I cannot keep. So for me, if I gotta do a solo dolo, that's what I have to do. Have I had to lose family over it? Yes, I have. Because I grew up in a family that despised me for wanting to be somebody. I couldn't do the welfare life. I couldn't do and that's fine if you can. I'm not hating, but I'm saying there were certain things I could not do. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to be big time. I want Oprah to be my first guest. In order for Oprah to be my first guest, I have got to be on a level that she can respect it. And if I'm hanging with lames, I'm hanging with people who are trying to pull me down, then it'll never happen.
Very true. So thank you for answering that. I agree. I once heard a speaker, I think this was at Tony Robbins' event many years ago, I think in the early 2000s when I was still in corporate America. And he said, the 5 people that are the closest to you will really, they're a combination of who you are and what you will accomplish in life. So really be protective about who you give a front row seat in your life. So what you said is absolutely true. And as you grow and as you evolve, your friends will start to say, I don't like that. I'm not with you, because maybe they're not going in that direction. So I know for me, I had to practice forgiveness in order for me to move on and not hurt from all of that. But you gave such ideal advice. One thing that I wanted to ask you, with you being such a great pitch master, Precious, do you leverage that skill when you're speaking for maybe back of the room or attracting sponsors? Do you use that?
Most definitely. I write elevator pitches for companies around the world. And so I am so sorry. My phone is ringing. What is that about? No. So yes, I've used my pitching to elevate me to be in rooms that normally most people can't get into, just because I've developed this niche. I use it for people to buy my book, for people to buy, to purchase my services, to invest in themselves, to get their pitches together.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching is a skill, and it's an art and a science. Just like speaking is. It's an art and a science to it. And I take it very, very seriously. And so that's how I've been able to get out there more. It's because the more and more people hear about me, the more they want to work with me, the more that they've been successful, and they want to share that. They want other people to know, this is how I got here. She helped me. She got me out of my shell. She helped me become even more authentically real and stuff like that. So yes, I've used being the killer pitch master to propel me to the heights that I am today.
Oh, wonderful.
And people.
Good. One thing too that I think is so important, and I'm sure you're doing this, Precious, and I think it's fresh on my mind because right before this, I was interviewing someone for a magazine I write for, and he's a digital producer or digital distributor, and he gets people on Sirius Radio and all of the and iTunes and all these different places. And one thing he said is, I work with speakers that pretty much have a fan base. They have to have a fan base. So my question to you is, as you do Shark Tank, and of course opportunities will come in, and as your movie starts to launch and goes out, the one you just shot in Milan, and you get on more magazines and all this wonderful things, are you building a list? You got those systems in place so
yes.
You can create that precious fan base?
You know what? You don't have a choice if you're going to do Shark Tank. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Like, if you're going to be aired, they want certain things in place for you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about people who preceded me, but I know for me, they were really on me about having certain things that make sure the website doesn't crash, making sure the email list is up to par, making sure that you're constantly thirsty on the grind. Like, I want to be clear about something about Shark Tank. They're not just picking people. Just years ago, they might have just been picking people for fun. Now they're picking people because they want to leave a legacy.
Wow, that is wonderful. Wow. Well, this has been awesome. Guys, have you enjoyed this or what? I mean, Precious, you're such an inspiration. It feels so good to see a fellow Premier member out there changing the world and have an impact. That's why Women as Speakers Association exists, so that every single woman can get their message out there. How can folks follow up with you or learn about you or get in touch with you?
You can reach me at perfectpitchesbyprecious.com, which is Precious, PRECIOUS, at perfect, PERFECT, pitches, PITCHES, by BY, Precious, PRECIOUS.com. You can check out my website, perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. You can reach me at 347-276-8368. I can't promise I'll pick up the phone, but I do answer texts because I'm always on the go.
Give that number again. So Tracy,
I'm always on the go. I'm not a fake busy person. I'm not fake busy. That's not me. I'm not fake busy. Oh, girl, I'm so busy. No fake busy.
Not busy work. But can you give that number again so Tracy can take it? Because I'm having a problem typing into the chat room.
Okay. Yes, 347-276-8368.
Thank you. And Bernadette Spencer says, thank you for telling your story. Very inspiring. That's why we're here. This is so beautiful. Thank you, Bernadette, for asking. Any final words to everyone before we're going to end in exactly 4 minutes? Any final words? Because you're so inspiring and what you're doing is awesome and you're living your dream. Anything you want to leave with us?
Be big, be bad, be bold, be different. Never look back and never think twice. Just go. Like when it comes to the dream, move forward. Every step forward is progress. Every step forward. And again, it took me 5 years.
This is, and Anna also says, thank you so much for your insight and inspiration. Tracy says, every step forward is progress. Absolutely. I thank you. So glad to be a friend of yours and be part of your Curvy Girl Nation. My name is Marquessa Patway. You can find me at gotttaspeaknow.com. And next month, December, this was just confirmed, I'm going to do another show about ending the year. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you go to speakersuccess.tv. And one more time, if you are not a Premier member, come on now. The year is almost over. Give yourself that gift so you can hang out with folks like Precious and all the wonderful, Debbie Peterson, so many others, Tracy, Gail, and all of you that are here that are Premier. It really makes a big difference. Use your benefit, engage, show up. And you know what? If you got something to say, just like Precious, reach out to me. I'm always in the group. Reach out to Tracy, reach out to Gal so that we can get you in the seat and you can help inspire your fellow members. All right, guys, this is the end of our show. Thank you, Precious. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye, guys.